Mateo, that serve, brother, you got one with that one. He had this like nice kick out wide serve. Annalie Waters, she's like the Steffi Graf of pickleball. Just understand that Ben Johns and Annalie Waters have totally dominated the game.
The Mets, they beat the Braves, won the series 2-1. Pummeled the Braves that last game 16-4.
That was a pickleball score.
And also that's payback for last year.
Not to go off the topic, it's still about Marcus Stroman, but should he be able to wear his do-rag? You guys want to act like this is the Marines. This is not the Marines. It's 2024. Let them be who they want to be.
Devontae Graham, who is a bucket, scored the game winner on a floater. It looked like time slowed down. Pretty funny.
When you got the alien on your team, anything is possible, bro. Because aliens could, slow down
like Space
time.
Jam.
Just put Wembyana in Space Jam 3. Let him jump from the one side of the court to the other and let it be real.
Jalen Brunson for MVP? That's blasphemy. I mean, maybe.
I'm throwing papers again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us again. This is episode 3 of the Roar channel. And I'm your host, Tiger Saleh. And this, of course, if you don't know it by now, let me say it again. The Brody, the Crody, Leaf. What's up, brother?
Yo. Back in the building. Getting used to this now.
You getting used to it now? Listen, we're making a name for ourselves, quietly but steadily.
Slowly but surely.
I see. That's what I'm talking about.
Incremental progress.
That's what
One
I'm
step
saying.
at a
That's what I'm
time.
saying. How was your week, man?
Pretty good. Can't complain, Can't complain.
This was an exciting week.
Yep. A lot of stuff to catch up on. So let's get back into it. Let's cut to the chase.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it, baby. You know how we do it. We're going to get into tennis. We're going to do it a little different today. We're going to get straight into tennis. Right. So this past week, we had the Marrakesh Open. Matteo Berrettini from Italy, the number 84 player, which I just want to say, I was very surprised to see that he was ranked 84. I didn't even know he dropped that low.
I think for most of last year, either he didn't win a match or he was just in a really bad slump. So it makes sense. His fall from grace. He was a top 10 player. Great great forehand.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It
really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. But hey, let's keep moving. He played Roberto. You want to help me with this? Because I have this tendency of missing.
Roberto Corballes Baena.
There we go. Number 73 player. So they actually went head to head in the Marrakesh Open final, and Berrettini pulled out 7-5, 6-2. Did you see that match, or at least see the highlights?
I saw the highlights. I didn't watch it in real time.
What'd you think?
Because of the time difference.
What'd you see? What'd you feel?
I think that I was happy to see Berrettini regain that confidence, and I think once he rebuilds that confidence, he can return to his prime level, or at least come back to something that resembles the Berrettini we know. Which that big monster forehand and big serve, which he was doing when you watch those highlights.
Served. Oh. Mateo, that serve, brother, you got one with that one. He had this nice kick out wide serve, and it was pulling Baena. Thanks again for helping me. It was pulling Baena out wide a lot. So that was great serve for him, and he pulled out. Marrakesh Open champion 2024. That's a good way to start off the year, leading into what we have coming up. French Open.
Yeah,
the French Open. Yeah, so it's a good lead up, good way to kind of come into it. And then we'll move on. We had the Houston Open. Now that was exciting. That one was a little exciting because as if I'm sure that you, the viewers who have been paying attention and staying with us consistently would have known. Last week, we had a conversation about top American talent. It could have been that episode or the episode before.
The first
episode. And we brought up Ben Shelton and Francis Tiafoe. And amazingly so, they were in the Houston Open final. And Ben pulled it out. 7-5, 4-6, 6-3. He lost the second set. I don't know. Did you watch it? Did you catch the highlights? I watched it, but I'll let you go
again.
first.
I watched the highlights, the extended highlights.
Yeah,
not the shorter one.
And what'd you get from that?
Well, of course, Ben has a big serve, so that will always help him. Francis Tiafoe, his strokes can get a little shaky considering his technique. And I think what Shelton has, that X factor, is, there's only within a match, there's maybe 2 or 3 points to decide, the trajectory of the match. And I think Ben Shelton was able to capitalize on those few points, whereas Tiafoe has yet to really gain that ability. And I think once he can, maybe these score lines would flip. But as of right now, that's why I like Shelton as our top American.
Well, listen, I don't like the term that I used to use for advocate, but I'm just going to say this. I'm going to be a little more opinionated. And because I like to kick up dust, because I'm a little bit older, and I'm going to always,
you always say that, kicking up dust.
I kick that dust up. You need a dustpan?
Wait,
You might want
you
a
trying
dustpan.
to create a hole in the ground? Always kicking up dust.
Listen, Ben played really great. Francis, if you ever come across our podcast, which I hope you do, brother.
I love you, Francis. You're so great.
I love you, man. But when you're in these finals, pull them out. Because at a lot of times, you do everything great leading up to these finals. And I just feel like every time he gets in these finals, he just falls apart. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if it's hidden injuries. But I will say that I just feel like he needs to give us a little bit more. He's dropped to 23, and Ben has gone up to number 14 in the world. So he's quickly climbing those steps.
Fingers crossed he reaches that top 10 soon.
Oh yeah. Let's touch a little bit of WTA stuff. And last week I do remember last week's. I apologized to Danielle Collins and Miss Collins. You see I'm calling her Miss Collins now. Miss Collins, let me say something. You are playing fabulous. Great. Awesome. And she won the Miami Open hard court. And then now she wins the Charleston Open on clay.
Hard true.
Oh, come on. Listen, let her get it, brother.
Yeah. But great job.
Listen,
no.
she
I was just correcting your term.
she beat Daria Kasatkina, who's number 11 in the world. But she beat her straight sets. Danielle is number 15. She beat her 6-2, 6-1, man. And I saw that match. She played fabulous. Miss Collins, great job. And I just want to tell you, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm paying attention.
Sometimes playing off envy works, or playing off, not anger, but just proving your haters wrong. The underdog, right? I love being the underdog, so I understand, Danielle.
Listen. You have
shouts out to Danielle Collins.
I remember when there was a point in time Madison Keys was she had a little tear. She was running through. She was doing well. Then we had Sloane. I know Naomi she's Japanese born, but I don't know. Naomi just makes me feel like she's American, but that's a whole nother conversation. Listen, that was the past weekend. Tennis. It was pretty good, pretty exciting. And I just want to honorable mention Topspin 2024. I'm looking forward to kicking your. Well, I'm gonna just be humble for now because I don't want to talk any crap.
We'll see how much of a gamer you are.
Yeah, talk any crap and then be very, very upset with myself that you clean me out. Let's move on. Pickleball. Oh, great week in pickleball.
Oh, definitely. Very
great
eventful.
Week in
Lots
pickleball.
Of upsets.
I'm going to clap it up for pickleball. Let's clap it up for pickleball. Come on, yeah. You know why? It hasn't been exciting me lately, but this was a great week. We had a big upset again, and Quang Dong beat Ben Johns in the quarterfinals 11-5, 11-9. Quang, keep it up, young fella. Keep it up, young fella, because the guys like us who kicked us, we got to make way for the new guys. We got to make way for the young talent, for them young bulls. And I love Ben. Ben is obviously might go down as the greatest pickleball player of all time until that is obviously taken over by somebody else. But he was no match for Quang, bro. Did you see that shot that ATP?
And he played great too.
Did you see that
Ben
ATP
Jones.
that Quang hit?
Oh yeah, it was pretty nice.
From behind. Listen, Quang, amazing. And now, and let's move on real quick. And then in the other, was that the quarter as well? Or was that a semi? Federico Staksrud versus Donald Young.
That was the semis.
That was the semis. Okay. Well, I want to just mention it because Donald Young was playing really, really well. He was playing really, really well. But he came across a guy who's a killer. You know what I'm saying?
And experience.
And experience. I know Federico's number 2 in the world. Quang is number 11, and Donald is number 25. Federico went on to win his semifinal, and now it's going to be Quang and Federico in the final. Who do you have, brother? Talk to me.
Well, I think the fan in me wants Quang to win, but the realist in me thinks that Federico wins. And just as based off experience, and I think that Federico will still win those cat and mouse exchange, and I think he'll be able to withstand that air-bending pickleball from Quang Dong.
The airbender. If he had to take one of the identities of the airbender series, would he be water? Would he be air?
Air.
Okay.
Air. Well, if he's
I
the
know
last airbender, that's air.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
And
what does his
moves,
game?
He's smart. He thinks, because it's not like he uses like power, but he's also smart. Like, he hits his ground strokes with thought and precision.
Well, I don't know if you've seen his training. His training is amazing.
And also, it follows the whole chosen one archetype, or
This is true. And he's young. What is he now?
Character,
17,
storyline.
something of that nature. He's
18,
young.
I think.
18. Listen, he has a big future ahead of him, man.
A bright, wide future.
All right, so now I want to talk about Donald Young. Donald Young, you've been playing really good, brother. And I want to say that I was one of those people, and I did touch on it in our previous episodes that I wasn't too impressed with your game, and I know it took you a second to adjust. And like anything that you're getting into that's new, you need time to adjust. And especially because this is singles, I've been seeing him play a lot of doubles, but I was really impressed with how he played. He didn't have much of a chance against Federico. The score was 11-3, 11-4 Stack Strud, but Donald's number 25 right now on the pickleball tour. And we just got to give him some time to make that adjustment. What do you think about his game, man?
So, I think that it took a little bit of time for his game to adjust from tennis, just like we did, coming from a tennis background, modifying our strokes and, style of play. But I think Donald Young, he really has that flat backhand cross court, or you can rip it down the line, which is very effective in pickleball. That loopy forehand he can get great angles. So I think that his game and his craftiness, great hands, gives him, a prime opportunity to really showcase his finesse,
right.
Which, in tennis, you need power and finesse. But in pickleball, there's more space for that craft. And I think he can really showcase his strengths.
I agree. But he's been playing really well. And like I said, Donald, good job, man. Good for you, brother. Keep it up. We're rooting for you. I wish you much success, man. I think you're gonna do great on the tour. Before we leave pickleball, I want to touch one more thing. Anna Leigh Waters. So she just recently won her 100th career PPA title and her 4th Triple Crown at the North Carolina Cup. Man, I don't know what to say about her. She's, what she gives me the vibe of? She's like the Steffi Graf of pickleball, right? And she's moving fast, man. She won her first title in August 2021. What do you say, man? I want your.
She's like Steffi Graf because she's consistent and dominant. There's an elegance to her game too, So she has that down and she keeps winning. Can't go wrong with Anna Leigh Waters if you got to bet, I mean, I don't endorse betting, but if I had to put my money on a girl in the women's tour, it'd have to be Anna Leigh Waters.
Listen, her dominance it's like similar, it's synonymous to like Ben's dominance, Ben John's
Definitely.
dominance. It's outrageous. Listen, viewers, if you are not too abreast of what we're talking about and you need to know what's going on with pickleball, just understand that Ben Johns and Anna Leigh Waters have totally dominated the game. But hopefully there's some younger and newer talent that's coming up on the women's PPA tour that can give her a challenge. But listen, shout out to Anna Lee Waters, 100th career PPA title, 24 Triple Crown. You're doing it. You're doing it. Keep doing it. Right? That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's move on. And it gets a little exciting. But I'm gonna say something to you before we move on. Gotta take a quick break. Gotta shout out the sponsors.
All right.
Shout out the sponsors.
Shouts out the sponsors.
Viewers, we'll be right back. With over 20 years of experience building award-winning digital solutions for Fortune 500 companies, the experts at Monera Solutions can audit your brand's social media or website and give you a customized strategy and action plan to increase your online presence, engagement, and revenue. Visit www.monerasolutions.com to request your free 30-minute consultation and mention the Raw Network for $500 off your next project. And listen, this shouldn't be new to you guys. We use them. What else can I say to you? They have the right people to fit your needs, and that's all it takes. Monera Solutions, guys, when you get a chance, go visit, check in, get a consultation, mention the Raw Network. Peace. All right. So, Leafy, you know how we do, man. We're in a stretch. And we got a couple more topics.
The 7th inning stretch.
You're right. Perfectly said, brother. Listen, let's talk baseball. Let's talk some baseball.
All right, let's get the rundown. So the Mets, they beat the Braves, won the series 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
We pummeled the Braves that last game 16-4.
That was a pickleball score.
And also that's payback for last year. I think they beat us 23-8 or 23-4. Very, very humiliating loss. So we also scored a grand slam off our former utility infielder Luis Guillorme. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I'll take it. You're on the other team, but we love you, Luis. Although you're on our rivals team.
Let's talk.
And then also just Francisco Lindor now.
Mm-hmm.
That's one issue that we have because he is hitting only 111. He only has 6 hits this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's terrible, astonishing. 1 home run, 2 RBIs. But the one thing that has been great is all the Mets fans, we've petitioned, we've worked together on the internet, through social media. As you saw at the game last night against the Royals, we chose to give Francisco Lindor a nice standing ovation.
Yes.
Help him. Give him that Trey Turner.
Look, similar to Trey Turner of the Phillies. Listen, here we go again with me, the dust kicker. Mm-hmm. In my time, it was good to be a Mets fan, man. We didn't win no titles, but it was a little exciting. And, there was a climax in our fanship when we had our, couple of runs to the World Series, Subway Series.
There was one in 2000.
Right.
But Mike Piazza is a Mets legend. John Franco, Mets legend.
Talk about it. So it's good to see that the fans could give that type of love. Sometimes we do the Knicks treatment. We boo. We walk out. We leave early.
No, but Mets fans were also super supportive family members. Like a supportive parent. We might be disappointed in our kids or disappointed in the Mets, but we're always there for them,
Yep.
Although we might show with our face we're a bit disappointed, but we come back for more and we're always there.
True. True. That is
one thing the Yankees can't say, is win, live and die by the win. Going into that, they are playing a little better than us. They are 10-3, best record in baseball.
We're 5-7.
And then the Mets, we're 5-7. Mm-hmm. And one thing I'm looking back at is Marcus Stroman. He signed with the Yankees, as you've heard.
Right. He's a former Mets pitcher.
He's a former Mets pitcher, and that's why it kind of hurts to see him play so well. He's right now 2.12 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, so pretty good stat line. Keeps the ball in the field, Good ground ball pitcher.
I have a quick question, not to go off of things, the topic. It's still about Marcus Stroman, but should he wear Or should he be able to wear his do-rag? Now that he's on it, because you know the Yankees are very
they have
strict about their,
yeah.
you know,
The
your
dress
presentation,
code,
the dress
you know?
code, the
Gotta be clean
haircuts, the
cut,
shaving,
everything.
which to me is like, listen, guys, look, okay, I'm the dust kicker, right? So let me kick up a little bit.
You're the dust sweeper.
Nah, I'm the kicker. You gotta get somebody to sweep it. Somebody else to sweep it up. I'm the kicker, right? And I'm saying this because I'm tired of the Yankees bull. I'm tired of it. You guys want to act like this is the Marines. This is not the Marines. It's 2024, and these guys, let them be who they want to be, right? Like I can. What's the academy where all of the high naval guys go to? Is that West Point?
West Point. Yeah.
The Yankees act like they're the West Point of baseball. Now, granted, I get it. You're the greatest organization of all time in all of sports, but you are also full of crap. Move with the times. It's no longer those times. And leave. I'm not gonna hold up the mic too much. I'm sorry that I'm hogging this,
I'm
but
going
listen,
for the devil's advocate.
because I'm tired of their bull crap. I'm tired of it. 2024. Let the man do what he do. That's like going to a job and they having a problem with you having dreads or braids. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it, because your focus should be on my performance. It shouldn't be on the way I look. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead, Leaf. I'm done kicking up dust.
Well, I think that the Yankees have always had this very rigid and firm culture that is, definitive with their legacy and associated with the Yankees. They don't have the players' number or names on their jersey. So it's kind of like we want to be the Marines if you're on the Yankees. And honestly, you can argue, is a do-rag an accessory or is it just something for personal hygiene? At that point, he can try to play that argument.
It's a black people thing, bro.
No, I know.
Let me just keep it. Let me
how
be
about management?
It's what we do, man.
But how about with management? They won't. You got to have the technical explanation.
No, I agree. But listen, he's wearing it under the hat. It's not like he's out on the field with no hat and he just out there rocking the do rag, talking about I gotta keep my straight.
No, he's hiding it.
Just so you like, that's, if they have a problem with that, they need to really, really, come up with the times. They need to change with the times. We are living in times of equality. We are living in times of freedom of speech or expression. And even though that is not always held up to what it's supposed to be held up to by the powers that be, this is still the agenda that they push. And now when somebody says, oh, this is who I am, you got a problem with it. I don't want to hear that. I just don't want to hear it. Okay? Because guess what? When the NBA did that bull crap, because they were upset that Allen Iverson had everybody dressing with, their do-rags, and they changed the dress code, right? And guess what? They changed it again. Now they have none. And listen, I don't know if you've seen how some of these NBA players look, but it straight looks like a costume day. Okay? I don't know if you guys call that fashion.
Runway show.
Listen.
Now they call the tunnel. The runway is a tunnel.
They thought, but look, since we're talking about NBA, let's talk. Let's get into it. I want to go over some scores this past week. Last night, right? This last night. It was an exciting Friday. Excuse me. It was an exciting Friday. A lot of games, and we don't have the time to go through all of them, but I'm gonna touch some of the key ones that I was able to catch some sight on. Jazz Clippers. Jazz took that 110-109. Kings Suns. Suns took that 108-107. Dallas Pistons, which really disappointed me, but I don't want to talk about it. I've been really happy with the way Dallas has been performing, but as of right now, I don't know. But they did lose 89-107, whatever that was. Did Kyrie play? Did Kyrie play that game, or did
I'm not sure.
Did Jason sit him out? He probably, I don't know. I didn't catch that game. That's one of the few I didn't. You know what game I did catch though? Spurs Nuggets.
Yes, that was a great nail biter. I mean, did you see that Wembanyama had 17 points in 3 minutes?
Let me get to the stat line. Hold on. Okay. I want to talk about it. We got 34 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists in 34 minutes.
With 2 blocks as well. Which is not like crazy for Wembanyama. That's just normal.
But against the Nuggets?
That's
Come on,
crazy.
man.
And he was hitting some crazy pull-up threes,
man.
driving to the rim.
The
crazy hook
alien
shots.
is in full alien mode. Okay, he had gotten a block, I think it was, fast break. They dished it back out to him. I thought he was going to jump from the foul line. He took one more step, though. He jumped from the dotted. But I'm waiting for him to jump from the foul line in the game. Sorry.
And then in classic random NBA fashion, Devontae Graham, who is a bucket, scored the game winner on a floater. And when you hit that floater, it looked like time slowed down. Like it was almost like time stopped.
Listen,
funny.
When you got the alien on your team, anything is possible,
It's
bro.
true,
Because
right?
aliens could, slow
It's
down
like Space
time.
Jam.
See
It's
what I-
like Space Jam. He's
It
on
does-
the bad guys
listen,
team, right?
listen. Ooh, we should be the first to talk about it. If you guys listen, whoever's the producers of Space Jam,
2.
if you're no Space Jam
Wembanyama's
3, because they did
my
2 with
bad,
LeBron, which wasn't good, and I'm sorry, LBJ.
Bad writing, man.
was
That
so
plot line
horrible.
was trash.
But I'm gonna say this, and since the NBA wants to highlight European players more than it almost feels more than American players. But hey, listen, I'm still a fan of the game. Put Wembanyama in Space Jam 3. Let him jump from the one side of the court to the other and let it be real. let it be real, man. Let it be what it is, because from I'm just waiting for him to shoot from half court as a regular pull-up 3, because I feel like he can do it probably.
He's got the strength and the height.
And I don't know if you caught whiff. I don't like to mention certain brands because, hey, you guys, you want us to mention you, cut the check. Cut it. Yeah. But a certain brand that I believe he signed to in a shoe deal, I think this past week too, they just kind of gave like a little preview of what he might. I think he's getting a signature shoe.
The shoes?
Oh,
they
yeah.
look crazy. Right?
They definitely look like some
Like
alien
spaceship.
shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It looks like a spaceship.
But they don't look comfortable.
They don't, and they look kind of shaky in stability. They kind of had a shape where it looks like it comes down slim to the sole, which is weird to me because basketball uses a lot of lateral and front and forward and back pedal movement. So it's I don't know, it's interesting. But guess what? Playing is around the corner. Playoffs follow suit right after that. Playing starts on the 16th. I don't know if you caught wind of the standing so far, because from what I believe, is there any games tonight? Or last night was the ending of all the games?
I think there may be one
There's
more
probably
game.
one. I don't know what's left, but and I got to check that. So, viewers, please forgive me. It's been a very trying week, and
a hectic
we'll
week.
get to that. But I will say whoever's in the play-in this year, good luck. Good luck, because those top teams in the East and in the West are playing fabulous. Knicks, Celtics, Sixers, all those guys, Bucks, been playing really, really well. Timberwolves, Nuggets, Oklahoma, playing really, really well. And those are the top teams in the West and the East. And I'm just going to say this for those playing teams. Good luck, man, because when you play those playing games, that's extra wear and tear on your body. And I don't know how you're going to get through. I know the Lakers pulled off a miracle a couple years ago getting to the Western Conference Finals, but or was that the last season? But I feel like it could have just it's hard being a playing team, and then you got to navigate through the actual schedule of the playoffs if you're able to win your playing game.
That is true.
So who you got, man? Look, we talked about this
For the finals.
For the finals, let's revisit it. Let's revisit it.
All
We're
right.
close to the. Where are we going?
Let's go. I'm still stuck at Celtics Nuggets. Still staying.
This guy
staying
just
boring,
likes to irritate
Stay
and itch
consistent.
my skin. Why do you do that?
But I hope that the Mavs make the conference finals. That would be my hot take.
I have a question. Why do you do that to me?
Because it's
Look
funny,
at that
bro.
smile. Why is that smile so mischievous? Like he knows for a fact. I don't want to hear that.
I mean, what's your take? You tell me then. What do you think?
Viewers, you're gonna like this one. I have 2 choices out the West. I have 1 choice out the East. I'm gonna tell you what I want to see. I have 3 choices out the West. what I want to see in the finals is either Knicks, Dallas, Knicks, Oklahoma, or Knicks, Minnesota. I am not a Knicks fan, but I might become a bandwagon one. Okay? Sorry. I apologize. But I'm a fan of Jalen Brunson. And now I honestly think he should be in talks for MVP.
Jalen Brunson for MVP? That's blasphemy. I mean, maybe.
I'm throwing
Top-
papers again.
Jalen Brown for top 3 voting in MVP.
Kicking up dust in here. Hey, Jalen. We need you as a guest on the podcast, brother.
Yeah, we love you,
I'm
Jalen.
rooting for you, bro. I'm rooting for you.
Villanova game.
All right, with that being said, we are at the finish line. To all of our viewers, thank you. This is episode 3, and
Muchas gracias.
we
Merci
want to
beaucoup.
tell you all who has been following us from episode 1 to episode 2. Now we're at episode 3. Thank you for staying with us. We got more episodes to come, so please stick with us on this journey. Before we go, I just want to say this was a great past month for myself. It was the month of Ramadan, and I am a Muslim, and it really helped with just kind of like getting a lot of things into perspective and in order. And for all of my viewers, everybody, not just who are the Muslims, but to my Muslims, Eid Mubarak, and to my non-Muslims, listen, much success, much health in your life and in your life endeavors. And guys, listen, I always leave with some words of wisdom. So I want to say something. Take care of your body, which will help you take care of your mind, which will help you take care of your soul. Okay? Well, what we do is entertainment, but there's still real life. Live it properly. You know what I'm saying? But Leaf, you got any words, man, you want to part with? You know me. I always got to put in a little something in there.
Okay, let's see off the fly. I mean, just live life to the fullest. Sometimes there's gonna be ups and downs. I'm aware that some days I don't feel 100%, and I think as I age, I start to recognize as my hat falls or my hood falls off my head that life, everything is changing in life, and
True.
you have to embrace the unknown and just keep going. Sometimes life is linear, sometimes life is non-linear, but ultimately you just gotta hunker down and just maintain that faith in life and try to keep a smile, or at least try to keep that internal smile with your heart.
Oh man, well said, brother, well said. With that being said, again, thank you, everybody. We reached the end. When you get a chance, please subscribe, like, comment, share. You can find us on YouTube.
Or repost.
Please repost. You can find us on YouTube at Retrovision TV, or you can type in the Raw channel. And as you see, you can also, look at that, you can find us on www.therawchannel.com or www.rvimedia.tv. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in. We out.